questions.
All right, Lorianne in Duncan, Oklahoma. Lorianne, how are you?
I'm doing okay, Brad. Thank you.
What's going on?
My question is how do you go about getting a work visa and an employer to sponsor you? Because right now, my son and I are in Oklahoma. Like, we're from Canada, and I'm a retired corrections officer, and I would like to do this down here and be here permanently.
Well, you got work visa. There's the North American Free Trade Agreement, but I don't think they have correction officers on the North American Free Trade Agreement. There are H-1B visas, but that would be for a professional specialty occupation. And a professional specialty occupation would be somebody who has a college degree or the equivalent, is working in a field related to that degree, and the minimum requirements for that job require a college degree. I believe, and I'm no expert on correction officers, but I believe you don't need a college degree as the minimum requirement to be a corrections officer. Perhaps, a private correctional facility would sponsor you somehow, but it wouldn't be as an officer. And I don't know if you have a college education or not, but perhaps maybe in a different position related to your experience and your education. We're talking work visas. Then there's work permits, which are completely different. But I think what you need right now is, because there is no way in the world that I am able to, figure out your entire life in a 1.5 minute, answer on a live Facebook, YouTube, Instagram show.
Right.
So I think, in all deference to you, probably need a consultation. I could ask you a million questions, get your whole background, and then we can figure out what we can do to help. All right. So hold on one second. Hold on. All right, let's go to Renee in Levittown, Pennsylvania. Renee.
Yes.
Hi, Renee. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
My question was, if you are immigrant and you been here like 2017, are you qualified for the program that was just given to the Liberian immigrants?
If you are Liberian, you had to be here by November 20th, 2014 to qualify for the Liberian amnesty, or you have to be an unmarried son or daughter, it doesn't matter your age, and your parent qualifies for the Liberian amnesty. But if you came from Liberia in 2017, you would not qualify.
Okay, that was my question.
All right, but maybe there's other options for you. Hold on. Let's go to Jay in Trenton, New Jersey. Jay.
Hello, Brian.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
I'm okay. My first question was already answered, so I got a second question.
All right, what's your second question?
If you got a work card and it expires, and your employer has not yet elected you to leave the job, and you're still working, would that affect you if you have a future immigration process?
Well, it depends what your future immigration process is. You're working out of status.
I mean, if you have a work card for the adjustment of status.
Okay, so again, it depends what your future immigration case would be. So, for example, if you're working out of status and you want to adjust through employment, unless you're 245I, you're not going to be able to. If you're working out of status and you want to adjust through marriage to a U.S. citizen, not a problem, because working out of status is not a bar to getting your green card through marriage to a U.S. citizen. So it depends what process you would be going through. Obviously, the most typical process would be, I overstayed my time, I'm marrying an American citizen. Would the fact that I'm working out of status bar me from getting a green card? And the answer would be no.
So if you
So the answer is, if you are out of status and you're working out of status, or you're working illegally, I hate to use the word illegally, but let's call it you're working illegally, and then you get married in a year from now and you want to go adjust your status in a bona fide marriage, the fact that you worked illegally will not prevent you from getting a green card.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Martin in Dallas, Texas. Martin.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Good to hear you.
Good to hear you. What's up?
Yeah, I have a question, but my question is this. The condition, removal of condition was denied, and I was scheduled to come to court like over 5 years ago or 6 years ago. Then the court was scheduled for last year. I didn't get the notice to come to court. Then later on, my lawyer found out the case was the notice was sent, but sent to a wrong address.
Right.
But now my question is, I already got married and I have a kid, a son, and my question is, do I have to file with this new marriage, or should I stick to the old one that is still pending? Because I've already divorced from the first marriage.
All right. Did your lawyer make a motion to reopen your deportation case?
Yes.
Okay. And was that case reopened?
Yes, it was reopened, and the court was scheduled for next 2 weeks.
It's next 2 weeks. So what your lawyer needs to do is file an I-130 based on a bona fide marriage to your current wife, show up to court, and say, we have a new I-130 filed based on wife number 2. Ask the judge to adjourn your court date pending the approval of the I-130, and then you can go back to court and have your case terminated and adjust your status. So that would be the process I would go through.
Oh, okay.
All right. So make sure you get the I-130 filed before your court.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Juliet in Los Angeles, California. Juliet.
Hi, Brad.
Hi. How are you?
Fine. Please, I have some questions. My green card interview was scheduled on the 20th of December, 2019. And my attorney requested for a reschedule. And
why did your attorney ask for it to be rescheduled?
I don't know. She said she had attorney's conflict, and me and my husband kicked against it.
So your attorney has a conflict, so now you can't get a green card? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I would have went ballistic. I would have said, screw you, attorney, I'm going myself. I want my green card. Not waiting for you because you're taking a vacation.
On the 5th, so I got a letter from, on the 5th, before the 20th, I got a letter from USCIS for, like, a letter showing that we rescheduled. So on the 20th, we didn't go for the interview.
You did not?
Then on the 20th, yeah, we did not.
Why?
Because we got the letter. So
wait. This is what I know so far. You're married, you filed an adjustment, you get an interview notice, your attorney says, it doesn't really work for me. I can't make it that day. I'm going to reschedule for you. And she reschedules for you, which delays your green card, and then you get another notice in the mail and says, okay, show up. And you didn't show up. Why?
No, we got another note. We didn't get another notice. We only got a notice that she rescheduled.
Okay, and that's where you're at.
Yeah. So
what would you like me to do? What would you like me to do for you today?
Okay. I got a denial for not showing up for the interview.
Exactly. Because if you don't show up to your interview for your adjustment, unless you are physically in a hospital or completely incapacitated and are able to prove it, you generally do not get a second chance. The fact that your lawyer says, I can't make it, is not a good excuse to adjourn your interview. Your lawyer screwed you over royally. 1, you were ready for your green card. 2, made a dumb application to reschedule. There's no such thing as, my lawyer can't make it, I'm not showing up. That's not a good excuse. I've never seen that work. So when I heard that it was going to work, I was going to say, wow, I can't believe it worked. But okay, great. But generally, that's not a good excuse. My lawyer can't make it, I'm not coming. So now you're denied, and now you got to refile again. Your lawyer totally screwed you. I think you need help, and you need a good lawyer. Hold on. That's ridiculous. Victor in Columbia, South Carolina. Victor. 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 Going once for Victor.
Hey, hello. I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
He was talking.
All right. So what's going on?
Quick question. I was adopted in 1985. I have a permanent resident card. I just found out about the Child Citizen Act of 2000. I've been convicted of a felony since the Child Citizen Act of 2000. I'm 100% sure I pretty much meet all the requirements for it.
Were you under 18 in 2000?
Yeah. I was born in 85.
You were born in 85. Okay. And were both of your parents citizens before you were 18? I assume the people who adopted you were citizens, correct?
Yes, sir. They were in the U.S. Navy. I was adopted from Italy.
Okay, fine. So then you are a U.S. citizen, regardless of your aggravated felony.
But the thing is that I just like I'm holding a green card, so
That's
like
right.
I just applied for a new one. I didn't know that I was already a citizen.
Right.
So
Well, unless you open your mouth, nobody would know. So what you need to do is file what's called an N-600. You're not going to file for your naturalization. You've been a citizen since the day the Child Citizenship Act passed. On that day, you became a citizen as long as you were under 18 and you were living in the legal and physical custody of your adopted U.S. citizen parents. So you need to file an N-600 for a certificate of citizenship. And what I would suggest you do is, since you have a felony, you don't want to screw it up, you hold on 1 second, all right? And let us do it for you. Let's go to Astrid in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Astrid.
Hello, Brad. My name. I have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
My first question is, I'm a graduate student, and I did not make enough money for the affidavit of support for the I-130. However, my foster mom agreed to be my joint sponsor.
Who agreed to be the joint sponsor?
My foster mom, my foster parents.
Your adopted parents? Your foster parents? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know they make enough money, quite a lot. Am I gonna have any challenges at the U.S. Embassy for like the public charge rules?
I have no idea how much money your foster parents make. I have no idea how much money they make. A lot. Then you should be okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't looked at their tax returns.
Okay.
You're married to you're sponsoring your U.S. citizen husband, I guess? Who are you sponsoring?
I'm a citizen.
Who are you sponsoring?
My husband.
Your husband. Okay. So he's gonna. Does he have a job offer? Is he gonna have medical insurance? It's a lot more than just affidavits of support now.
Okay. So my second question is,
I guess that doesn't matter to you. That went literally right over her head. She goes, "Okay, doesn't matter." Doesn't matter. I just told you he will need a job offer. He will need to have medical insurance. It goes beyond an affidavit of support from a foster parent, because she called me up, Astrid, concerned, is my husband going to get through? And I'm saying what you're doing may or may not be enough. And she said, okay. Here's my second question. I just went right over her head. All right, let me have your second question.
Okay, thank you. So my second question is, like I said, I'm a student. I just came back and found out that I'm pregnant, and I was still on that thing called Medicaid. So what should I do?
Well, you can get Medicaid for an unborn child, and you can get Medicaid for children. It's not going to bar your husband. It's not going to be a problem.
Hi, Brad.
How are you? Good night.
How are you?
Good,
I'm good. I called a week before telling you that I went for my interview.
Right.
And I haven't got any response back, but I got a letter yesterday saying that it's a calling letter. And
it's a what?
For my calling letter.
A cold hearing?
No, call-in letter.
A call?
Letters. There's some sort of letter.
What kind of letter?
Call-in letter.
A call-in letter?
Yes.
So you you need to go for another interview?
Yes, because of and they're saying that it's the reason for this interview is the I-30/ the I-485, and I must bring the evidence from update from.
Yeah, they don't believe it's a real marriage between you and your spouse, so they may separate you into 2 different rooms. You got to be prepared to prove it's a bona fide marriage. Bona fide marriage is you live together and you have a financial relationship.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right. If you need, and by the way, people in real marriages screw this up all the time. People on the street, when we do gratified marriage, screw it up all the time, right?
So it happens.
It happens. Even people in real marriages sometimes screw it up. So hold on 1 second. Don't screw it up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, Josephine in the Bronx. Josephine.
Hello, Brad.
How are you, Josephine?
I'm good, you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, I have a question for you. I came to the U.S. in April of 2019 on a B2 visa, but I overstayed. My boyfriend is in Alaska, and we're planning on getting married, but we have fear of me traveling from New York to Alaska because I overstayed. Is there any way he can fly down to New York and get married to me?
He's in Alaska right now?
Yeah, he's in Alaska right now.
Does he have a valid passport?
Yes, he's a citizen.
Who's the citizen, you or him?
No, he's a citizen.
So why would he not be able to travel to New York to marry you?
We don't know if the New York residents will allow him because he's not a resident of New York.
Who cares? You can get married wherever you want. You can go to Las Vegas and get married, and neither of you live in Las Vegas. Get married by Elvis Presley in Las Vegas. Doesn't matter. Go to Miami, get married. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be a resident of the state to get married.
Okay, all right. And after we get married, are we able to use the marriage certificate for me to travel with him to Alaska?
You can use your valid passport to travel to Alaska. You can't use a marriage certificate to travel to Alaska. I would also suggest as soon as you get married to file an adjustment application.
Hello, I didn't get that, Brett.
You should file, as soon as you get married, file an adjustment application. That's what you really need to do. Okay? And then you're in the Bronx. Before you go to Alaska, come see me in downtown Manhattan. Hold on. All right. And we have some noise.
It was tuning into us live on Instagram.
Tuning into us live on Instagram.
Want to see what we look like on Instagram?
Hello, Instagram. We're back.
I was trying to be subtle about it, and that didn't happen.
Forrester 903 saying, welcome back. Kadeen White has joined us back on Instagram at Bradshaw Live. And by the way, in a few minutes, we're going to share with you our contest on Instagram at Bradshaw Live to win a free consultation. So stay tuned. All right, let's go to Eric in New York, New York. Eric.
Hi there. Hey, Uncle Brad, how are you?
How are you?
Good. So this one's going to get a little messy, but in point form, basically I've been on the artist visa here for 12 years.
What is that, the O or the P?
The O.
Okay. What kind of artist are you?
I'm an actor.
You're an actor. Okay.
Correct. So I basically applied for renewal in October of 2018. I got an RFE, and during the RFE process, I got married.
Great.
So all is well. Filed my L-130, everything. Anyways, the interview is coming up, and currently we are getting a divorce.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Problemo.
And to throw more fuel on the fire, my previous 01 lawyer, who said he was going to withdraw the 01 case, and I solidified it through email, basically said, yeah, it's no problem, I'll do it. And 4 months later, I got a letter saying my visa was denied due to abandonment. So I also have a denial on that visa.
All right. So ultimately, if you get unless you have a VAWA case for abuse, you're going to have to file for a new 01 visa. And because you have now filed the adjustment, in order to get the 01 visa, you would have to leave the United States and pick it up at your home country and come back with it.
Oh, wow.
All right, but we can help you navigate through all that.
Okay,
there's a dual intent. There's a marriage. You can remarry and fall in love with a second woman, of course.
Yeah, do you think that's more viable? Considering
are you in love with a second woman, or are you everything's viable if there's love. If you're like, I'm just getting married to get a green card, then I don't think that's so viable.
Right. Okay.
All right. So I think you need a consultation, sir. Hold on. Let's go to Saye in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Saye.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Brock.
How are you?
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
I am a Liberian, and I was thinking of filing the amnesty for a green card. But my problem is, do I need to only file the 485, or do I need to file another form like medical?
You need a medical.
Do I need to file the medical?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think, Saye, that if you're calling me up and asking me, do you need the medical when you file for your amnesty, I think really what you should be asking yourself is, do I need a lawyer? Okay, hold on 1 second. That's what you need, because these are simple, basic questions. And I hope he's listening because I put him on hold already and I shouldn't have. Let me go back to him a second. Saye, you still there?
Yes, I am.
So what I was going to say to you is, I'll tell you why you need a lawyer. Because the Liberian amnesty is for 365 days. We're already about 20 some odd days into our 365 for the Liberian amnesty.
16.
Okay? Which means that when you file this paperwork and you're asking me the most basic question about medical exam, my guess is you're going to screw it up. If I had to take a bet, maybe you won't and you get lucky and you get through. My bet is you screw it up. And this is the problem for all Liberians with Liberian amnesty when you screw it up. The law's only good for 365 days. When you screw it up, you won't have a second chance to file again. And now you lost out on everything.
Okay.
All right? Which is why I'm saying I think you need a lawyer. Hold on. All right, let's go to Lola in Cheverly, Maryland. Lola.
Hi, Brett.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So my question is, I got married September 2017.
Yes.
And we were called in for an interview September 2018.
Great.
And my husband passed away December 2018.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is that. But I sent in the birth certificate March.
Okay, so what happens is your adjustment automatically turns into a widow petition. So
do I have to file I-360 or just leave it at that?
Just bring the death certificate. It's an automatic conversion under the law. Bring the death certificate. I assume that you're listed as the surviving spouse on the death certificate, and you bring proof that it was a bona fide marriage, and it just converts automatically.
Okay, so what do you mean by proof? Like
proof of a bona fide marriage, proof you lived together and had a financial relationship.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Morris in Wilmington, Delaware. Morris. Morris.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm a U.S. citizen, but my son is out of the U.S. right now. For some reason, he overstayed, but he's a minor. Overstayed. He went out with a green card.
How old is he now?
He's 16.
Okay, tell him to come back now. He's fine.
It's okay, but the green card expires. So can he come back with an expired green card?
No, he cannot come back. He would need to go to the embassy and get a new green card, and then come back.
A new green card?
Well, you would go to the embassy with an adult and say, my green card expired. Can you put a temporary stamp in my passport? And you should come back immediately.
It was that simple? Because I went there and the lady there behind the window was, the person I spoke to was doing me a whole dance around, and I had to come back here. And then when the immigration looked at my paper,
then let me speak to the embassy. But it's that simple. He's a minor, so he can't have the intention of abandoning his permanent residence as a minor. So he just needs a temporary stamp in his passport.
Yeah, I went to the embassy, and then the American Citizen Day, and
I don't know. I can't tell you what was said at the embassy. Maybe they gave you wrong advice. Maybe they're violating your son's rights. I have no idea. Maybe you didn't speak up properly. I have no idea. All I can tell you is what the law says. What the law says is you cannot abandon your permanent residence as a minor because you don't have the intent to do so. You don't control your life as a 16-year-old. Somebody else controls your life as a 16-year-old, so therefore it can't be held against you that you lived in another country even though you had a green card all these years. So the embassy has to give them a stamp. And if they're not doing it, then contact me and we'll call the embassy on your behalf.
Say that again. If they're not doing it, what should I do?
Call me. Hold on. That's what you should do. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.